Okay, so this week's Raw came to you from London, England. They always do a really good job for the London crowd. It seems that whenever they leave the United States, they do a really solid Raw. And this one had some actually really good wrestling to it. They began with Paul Heyman, which next to beginning with CM Punk is probably the best ways to begin a Raw. Hyping up the match between Lesnar and Edge. Edge, who wasn't there, then showed up, accepted Brock Lesnar's challenge to the pedigree. Okay, pretty solid opening. Brodus Clay took on Damien Sandow. Sandow got the victory. Okay, overall, pretty decent match. Later on that night, Tensai took on, or Sweet Tea, took on Cody Rhodes. Nice match, good back and forth. Tensai actually showed a decent amount of his moves, the moves that we all know he knows how to do, and got the victory over Cody. It was nice seeing those guys kind of go 1-for-1. R-Truth took on Cesaro, and Cesaro lost. Not a bad match. You know, Cesaro makes everyone look good. It's sad that he's an amazing wrestler who's now uber-level enhancement talent. Maybe he'll win Money in the Bank. Who knows? The 6-man tag match, which was the second-hour main event, was ridiculously good. You know, those 6 guys, it tells you how good the Shield is as a team. The Shield actually works very well with people like Daniel Bryan, The Undertaker, and Kane. Taker's first match on Raw, like in 3 years. Really great match, beautiful back and forth. I love how the Shield wins when it's a really chaotic ending. And of course, Dean Ambrose gets a roll up on Daniel Bryan after he misses the flying goat headbutt. Good spot, worked well, nice. The Ziggler-Jericho match had almost everything you could want. It had outside interference from AJ, from Big E, Fandango's music hit. It just had this nice, good, solid feel. Those two guys put on a great match. Stipulation was if Jericho wins, the triple threat match then becomes a fatal 4-way at Extreme Rules. Thanks to all the distractions, Ziggler did get the victory. It was nice, it worked well, it was a very, very solid match. Fandango did have a match later on against Regal. And the crowd did Fandango, which was nice. And then Regal's music hit, and all of a sudden it was all about Regal, which is good, because they're pretty much in his hometown. Fandango now has a new finisher. It reminds me a lot of... It's not quite a roll of the dice. There's, I guess, a reverse version of that. It's not bad. It seemed to come out of nowhere, which worked pretty well. It's not better than the off-the-top rope leg drop, but he did get a victory over Regal. They did a battle royal for the Divas to decide the #1 contender. Okay. Okay, not bad. That's decent. And I'm looking at it going, wait a minute. Unless we skipped through one part, which is very easy to do for a Divas match. It was just Layla, Tamina, AJ, and the Funkadactyls. No Alicia Fox. Oh, and Oksana. No Alicia Fox, no Bella Twins. And AJ gets the victory there for leading up to her being the #1 contender for the Divas title. Not bad. Earlier in the night, Dolph Ziggler was kind of making eyes at his title. And then AJ came in and called him Zigglypuff. Remind me a lot of Jigglypuff from Pokemon. And then they made some off comment about Big E and Langston, how he'd be creeping. And Big E and Langston had a match against Zack Ryder, which lasted about as long as it takes to say Big E and Langston took on Zack Ryder. It got the job done. So what ended up being your big main event if it wasn't any of the matches? Mick Foley called out Ryback. If you remember back when Mick Foley called out CM Punk before Hell in a Cell to say that CM Punk should accept John Cena's challenge at Hell in a Cell, this is pretty much the exact same script. The only difference is Ryback now taking on John Cena for the title at Extreme Rules. Ryback then kind of cut him short. Did a decent job when it came to delivering a pretty solid promo. What he needs to know is when he's talking and he's moving his arms, If you keep on talking, then you move the microphone away, we can't hear what you're saying. So beyond that, not a bad in-ring promo for Ryback. Of course, he was going to hit Mick Foley. John Cena comes down. The Shield comes down. John Cena bails. Ryback's fighting the Shield. John Cena comes out and makes the save for Ryback. And then when it's all said and done, he hits the AA on Ryback. Or as he's calling now, the Ryback. I really feel like I just do not care about these two guys in this feud. I don't. It seems like every other feud John Cena's had where they build up the new guy to fight him in a month. It happened with Umaga. It happened with Bobby Lashley. It happened with the Great Khali. It also happened with Mark Henry. The Big Show. Pretty much every single person he's ever fought has been the most destructive and most damaging person he's ever fought. And then he beats them in the middle of the ring, 1, 2, 3, or makes him tap. I just really do not care about what Super Cena is going to do. And to be riding high from the first hour main event, where it was Ziggler Jericho, second hour main event, that 6-man tag match, and then to end it on Cena standing proud and triumphant in the ring. You know, I don't think that promo was anywhere near worthy of taking the top spot when it should have been Taker's first match on Raw in 3 years.